right? And we know how decision makers have prioritized projects. That's the second part. The third part is 11.8, well, about 12% for public transit. That's about a nearly 50% reduction from even the current measure, which is 24% total for public transportation. That 12% is split between FACTS, so the City of Fresno's transportation service, Clovis, so Clovis's transportation service, and Fresno County Rural Transit Agency, which is the agency that provides transportation to all the small cities and the unincorporated areas. And that is not nearly enough to even expand or strengthen or build on the public transit system, and it's a reduction. And the current measures has specific set-asides right now. The current measure that's in place today has a specific set-asides for farm worker van pool programs, for taxi script programs for seniors in our community. Those go away in the new measure. They're getting rid of them. They're not, and if people want them, they have to go out to transit agencies to pay for it. So FACTS, Clovis, and Fresno County Rural Transit Agency. 11% of $7 billion is pennies on the dollar, given the tremendous need in our community around public transportation, air quality, and the impact of the climate crisis in our community. We know that the states and the feds are leaning planning differently for transportation, and so that is that's the third pot. Let me get through the rest of the pots, and then we can ask if you have a question, Barbara. The next pot is just 1%, which this one is the most effective. Well, all of them are bad, but this one is really bad. 1%, 75 million total over 30 years, split between 16 local governments, because there's 15 cities in Fresno County and the county supervisors, for safe routes to school and trails for people with disabilities and active transportation. That's it. So we know, we work with the schools. If you see it, kids cannot get safely to school. Who wouldn't want kids to be able to get safely to where they're going to school, right? And have trails and recreation. This measure only dedicates 1%, 75 million of $7 billion for safe routes to school, countywide. The next is the major highways and roads category program. That is 15% of the total funding, which adds up to approximately $1 billion total. That again is focused on road expansions in rural areas and in urban areas. They split it between urban areas and rural areas. The urban areas get 75% of the pot, the rural areas get 25% of the pot, and most of the projects are focused on road expansions on the fringes of where new growth is going to go, a freeway interchanges to facilitate industrial development in certain areas,